so that we can get this going right away. I don't want to take any time. I love seeing you all on Wednesday nights, first of all, can I just say. Whether, and I know people are going to catch this on recording too, so whether I see you online or I see you in person at Rock, whether I get to hug you, I see your faces and I see your eyes when I'm presenting. So I'm super, super grateful for that. I don't take it for granted that you guys are plugging in to the thing. Because honestly, we were talking today, my mom and Andrea and I love that opportunity. I love that opportunity to meet your people, to hug on you, to give you encouragement, to just be part of that community time, that community building. I really missed that because I ended up teaching Propel online last spring. So I didn't get the person-to-person interaction, which was, still fun. Like Zoom is great, but it's super fun to have you guys there. Are you thinking about people as we're having Rock? Are you thinking about people who could benefit the next time around? Who would find, are you finding enough value in it that it's something that you will want to have small group coaching around the topics, have another session, training, purpose, that kind of thing? I mean, are you thinking those directions at this point in your own evaluation? Any thoughts or reflections on that? Yes, thank you. Sonia's cooking, so she already gave me her out. Brushing teeth, eating dinner. Yeah, I just did that too. Although I did have just a little bit of wine left. So since we had a beer lunch yesterday or Tuesday, I thought, well, I'll just drink a little wine for our meeting.
What are we asking?
So the question is, do you have value? Does Rock have enough value that you're thinking about people that you could bring into a 6-week training the next time that it's offered, whether it's Rock or Propel coaching, something that I lead, something that you lead, something that your Silver and Above leader leads? Do you find the system, the 6-week system, valuable to your learning, to your understanding? Are you learning? Are you growing? Are you sharing? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
However, getting those people to promote it to the people around me is going to be key.
Yeah.
A lot of them are just like, boop-a-doo. You know what I mean? They just don't see like an avenue. They don't get, you know what I mean? They don't see it.
Yep. The relevancy.
Yep.
The relevancy. Gotcha. Any other comments or reflections about Rock or how it's going online or in person or content? Somebody told me yesterday, yay, Lindsay, good to see you, girl. And BB. So fun. I'm gonna make sure everybody's muted, and then when you want to come live, just unmute yourselves. That way, then you can carry on with your evenings, whatever you're doing. So online Rock, we're talking about online Rock, or we're talking about, I just heard some good feedback from some of you individually, like, oh my gosh, I've been to Rock how many times, and I just heard this piece, differently last night about the script. Or I've been to Rock so many times, or this is only my second time through Rock and I'm hearing this time. Or I'm loving the books. Like what, all that, anything. I can also handle constructive criticism too, if you've got that would help make the next few weeks really, really valuable to you. I do know we have some role plays coming up this week. Don't ditch, because you're gonna have to talk to people. It's all good. Meet new people. Yeah, like an element of accountability partners, Chris, in that, some sort of accountability. Yep. Yeah, and I'll tell you, accountability partners is something that I've tossed around the idea of setting up for you in Thousandaires. And you always know, or in Business Builders, but you always know that you can count on me to connect you to someone if you find you want that or need that or want a recommendation. I'm happy to pass that along as well. So thank you for that. That's good. That's a good reminder. Yeah, for how to more more adequately teach that or structure that. Okay, thanks for that. I just want to take a few minutes to jump on. I got you. Accountability that aren't family members. I get that too. Yeah, Chris and John come with the Rachel and Carson, who are each their children, and so it's nice to spread out. Somebody told me, oh, Linda Rohde, who's on my mom's team from Fountain Hills, told me that she's really excited about meeting some of you and have made connections with you guys. So that's pretty cool. I think the cross-line thing that happens, and some of you in the online group are getting put into breakout groups when you're participating live, and then you have the option to connect with those people again if you love them. I love that. That's so sweet. Rachel says she loves you, Mom. But I'm right. It's okay. It's all right. Sometimes it takes a third person to show you the error of your ways. I'm just kidding. All right. So let's jump ahead. I want to talk to, oh, good, Jen. Thanks for that. Good. Yep. Jennifer's got her kids doing the business too. So that's really cool. Lindsay's kids are a little too young. Tamara, your kids are just, I mean, your girl is ready. She is already teaching classes, I know. And Khadija, I think Aiden's going to be ready for his first class any day now. So super excited about that. Okay, without further ado, let's talk about classes. I am going to clarify a couple things on tomorrow morning's coaching call in relation, because you present something and then you think of like 100 things that you should have said when you had the floor. So there were a few things I wanted to add to my presentation about classes last night, but I really want to drive home the fact tonight, and I posted an article about it in the event for this meeting. In regards to what Randy Gage, who is a millionaire earner with network marketing and has done his own set of training. We saw him a few times before we started going to GoPro with Eric Worre. Randy Gage is also the author of Duplication Nation, which was the very first teaching that we ever did. And he talks about a formula called the ladder of escalation. And the short of that is that in building connections with people, you are offering credibility and credibility mostly and relationship to people who are considering a change in their lifestyle that relates to their health and their wealth. Truly. I mean, if I could summarize it that simply, that's what I would say. So when you make a connection online, personal one-on-one, when you make a connection at the store, when you trade information and you have follow-up with people, you start to develop the opportunity to speak into people's lives. Does that make sense? So every connection point is an opportunity for you to speak into someone's life. If you just see someone that you used to know in high school whose kids are sick and you reach out and say, oh my gosh, I saw your kids were sick. I know we haven't talked in 25 years, but I have these great oils. You haven't necessarily earned the right to speak into their lives. Does that make sense? So it's really about, ladder of escalation is really about being very consistent about how you invite people to connect to you, to our products, to our business through events. Now, events don't necessarily have to mean just classes. They can mean just interactions. So I gave the group on Tuesday some notes and then promptly left it in Jerry's Jeep at a different location than I am tonight. So Julie is going to do the honor of giving you some notes, and you can choose to write these down if you want to. I basically had everyone draw a ladder on the back side of their, I posted in the event a picture of upcoming events local to Peoria, Phoenix area that you can print out. But I gave everybody a hard copy of that, and I asked Julie if she would just summarize what a ladder of escalation might look like. So keep in mind that this may look different depending on what you are duplicating in your team. Remember, you want to make this as easy as possible so that people can quickly go through the stages and steps to find success more quickly. So Julie, are you in a place that you can share that? Please.
Yes,
Yay.
kind of. Look, I'm black again.
Just turn your chair.
Well, I can't. Okay, so my phone is charging, my iPad is charging, and my laptop is charging. Oh, and they're all in different places, and I can't find. I was trying to bring it up on my laptop Zoom, and it wasn't working. And there's not good lighting where my iPad is. I'm going to flip though, so I don't have to like hold it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all right. We can see half your face now. That's better than the witness protection program.
I'm like kneeling on a chair.
Oh my gosh, bless your heart. So everyone, this is Julie Garrettson. You may or may not know her. In fact, on our team, she's kind of the girl that you call if you have a question about details, because she can, if she doesn't know it, she'll find it. I'm talking like details like, can you raffle off a premium starter kit for a high school fundraiser? The answer is no, and we have documented proof that that is not okay. So no. All right, and Julie can tell you where and how to find that in policies and procedures. Like, that's how good she is. Julie also already booked her room for convention. I don't even have convention dates on my calendar for 2020 yet. Yay.
So actually,
everyone needs a Julie in their life. Notice she has the notes tonight and I do not. So without further limiting my credibility in this conversation, Julie, teach us.
So going back to the premium starter kit raffle, I thought it didn't sound right. And I thought I had found the place in policies and procedures. I emailed conduct, and then I went to their Facebook page and looked. It took them a little bit longer than I thought to get back to me via email, but I did find something on their Facebook page that was like, you can't do it. And they did email me back. So my point is to use Young Living. Yes, even I thought I had the right answer, but I wanted to verify. And actually Young Living said, if you ever think you ever want to raffle off a premium starter kit, you would have to sell the tickets, the raffle tickets, for $165 each.
Because that's the minimum value that they're worth.
Then it's okay, you can raffle it off. So their advice was don't do it. So anyway, so ladder of escalation, you said to draw a ladder, right?
Yep.
Did everybody draw a ladder? So
or some variation of like 2 sticks with some lines between them.
Some ladders are better than others, which we discovered yesterday.
True story.
Before, whatever day it was. So it was, Ange, where did you post that in Thousand Airs, that video, the Bethany Shipley video?
Yes.
If you guys didn't watch that, when did you post that? A week or so ago?
Just Sunday, I think. Saturday or Sunday, or end of last week. Yep.
Yeah. Go back and watch it. It's not very long, 10 minutes or less, I think. Watch that video about just talking to people. And so that's like your first rung of the ladder is making eye contact with people, which she talks about, and smiling to them, finding out what is common, what you have in common with them. But this could also be, just meeting them one-on-one, very small group. Well, that wouldn't even be a group, would it? One-on-one. And then you take that one step further. The next rung of the ladder would be, hey, come to a class at my house. A little bit bigger of a group, or inviting them to learn and join Essential Rewards, online classes, the classes we have at Rio. And you see those, as I'm stating, giving the examples, it's like for each one, it's possible that more people would be at each of those events. And then, so like the monthly classes at Rio that Ange is doing, and also Shauna is having classes there. And then bigger events would be inviting them to a rally, or and then even going further than that, Ignite, convention, GoPro, something like that. You don't want your first invitation to be, hey, join me at convention with 15,000 other people. That might not be their thing. So you want to start out slowly and the smaller groups, and then, oh yeah, this is kind of cool. I'll go with you to Rio, where it's going to be a little bit bigger of a group. Yeah, and just that's getting them involved in our community. Smaller groups, and then the larger LWN, and then the larger Young Living group, and then even larger, if GoPro, that would be the whole network marketing family.
Yep. Yeah. And I really appreciate you outlining that, Julie, because I think what the image then shows you, or what the ladder is that you just drew, shows you that there are stages in dating this person, right? You wouldn't pop the question on the first night, like, unless you felt really comfortable and thought that this was a match made in heaven, so to speak, right? You would take your time in getting to know them, building trust, and that kind of thing. And I know some of you who are building online have a similar sort of ladder of escalation for that. Even inviting somebody onto a Zoom call or an online class takes a trust expectation that they're going to show up. Because a lot of people can get invited to something and not even pay attention, and then not fulfill their commitment to you because you don't have the rapport. So a couple of key questions to ask yourself. The first one is, do I have the right to speak into this person's life? And the second question, I think, is always, am I think it goes back to, am I treating this person the way I would want to be treated, right? I was just listening to Lindsay Tigmarino today on her latest, I feel like people are spying in my window now, on her latest podcast. She's outlining parts of Boss Up, which is her latest book. And one of the things that she said is, we have to go beyond outrageous customer service at some point, because customer service in general isn't that great right now. So if we are constantly asking ourselves, what else can I, how else can I serve this person with my gift, my time, myself, and really advise them well, they're going to be more likely to trust me. I'm going to give you one quick example. I reactivated a member in July, I think it was. Nope, in August. I reactivated a member in August, and she said, oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to order monthly. She's like, I just want to, get a few oils and, just check it out again. And I didn't really know what to do with my kit the first time. So maybe this time I'll plug into more of the education. So the next time I met up with her, she said to me, hey, I think I want to try some of those Thieves products. I said, oh, the best way to order them is through an Essential Rewards kit. It's the best value. She said, oh, okay. And I said, well, that's the monthly ordering that we talked about last month. She said, oh yeah, let's do that. How much is it? And she asked questions and I was able to answer. We set her up with Essential Rewards. And then she said, and I'm going to be really honest with you guys on this call too. She said, well, I see that it comes with these products in the Thieves kit. She said, what do you think of the laundry soap? I said, oh, I love the laundry soap. That would definitely be something that you could add to this order, or you could wait until, next month to order on your next Essential Rewards. She goes, okay. She's like, what about the dishwashing detergent? I was like, to be honest with you, the dishwashing detergent is not my favorite product, and I would not recommend it. And she said, thank you so much for being honest with me. She said, if I had gotten it and it didn't work and I had to do all the things like to make it work right for myself, she didn't say I would lose credibility or, trust in you, but she indicated that because I was honest with her, that connected a different relationship with her. So when I put out ideas about 3-month wellness plan, or preparing your next order, or now what events, or follow-up kinds of conversations, or you're working on videos related to that, or groups where you're teaching that information to your teams, or posts in lifestyle that you're connecting them to, right? Like these are all places where you are going to give the best benefit and the best value to your team. by tagging them, by reaching out with personalized information, by gathering up what's important to them and supplying that. And then finding what fits for them, what makes the most sense. So, so as you're enrolling people right now and you're looking at that ladder of escalation, look at what's already on your calendar and decide, who am I inviting to what? And where, this person who's been ordering on Essential Rewards for the last 6 months, maybe she needs to be invited to the next Now What, so that she can get an iTovi scan. Or maybe this person needs a Zyto scan, maybe that's, the next level of customer care I can offer them. So that you know enough about who they are and what they're missing, that your product can fit their need. So if you find yourself, we all love it, right? We already love the product. We already love each other. We know what happens when we all get together, and whether it's on Zoom like tonight or if it's in person, we already have an expectation of that. But for somebody who's brand new, we almost have to lead them through the stages to become trustworthy leaders. That little teaching part for tonight is what I want to leave you with. You are free to create your own schedule of events. You're welcome to use the one that I posted in the event. Those of you who were at Rock last night, you got a copy of it. I realized after I passed it out to 80 people that all of those people live in our area and could certainly show up at my house on my Now What days. So we're going to have to watch the RSVPs like mad, so that, because I have fit 40 before, but it's a tight squeeze. So I'm happy to do it. At the same time, I'm also happy for y'all to duplicate those events and have them as well and figure out your own schedule. The thing that Randy Gage says is, when you have that monthly cycle where you're having introductory classes, you're having the next stage of Now What, you're having the next stage of Intro to Business, you're having the next stage of Continued Education, you're having the next stage of, all the things that you're coming and getting to, that makes promoting events more accessible. And it also makes more sense to people to start building businesses, whether they just start out casually sharing or they decide that this is income for them. So have a plan in mind when you ask somebody for that first date. Jerry and I often joke that in August, he asked me to go to a Halloween party that first October. And I said, I don't plan that far in advance. I was like, August, October? Heck no. That's like 2 months. Lots can happen in 2 months, and I would not commit. So he had to build trust, and by September, I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I agreed to go to the Halloween party with him. Okay? So it's a loose example to use dating to that, but I just invite you to think about how your business and your intention in every class that you put together, every opportunity you schedule, every interaction with somebody leads you closer to helping them be sharing on your team, actively ordering on your team, or even ranking up on your team. Okay, because those are the 3 main things that we want to do in our businesses. Good, Jen, that's a great, oh good. Tamara, they're going to your house. I love it. And Jen Allen says, I want to host, but I have a dog that won't let me. I totally get that too. Julie told me last night I need to take a picture. She's never realized my couches are clean. Let me just clarify. Everything is clean in my house, but they're just kind of squishy now. And I've got my armrests are weird. Yeah, I'm going to take some proof pictures. But yeah, I think thinking creatively is a great idea, Jen. Like finding out places that will allow you to host, or just taking your kit to a coffee shop and meeting a friend there. Shelley?
So Tamara had a brilliant idea. So we're going to do a happy hour at our local pizzeria, who has a great patio.
Awesome. And
right, everybody wants to be outside this time of year. It's so nice.
Yep, for sure. And we went ahead and asked the tap room to work out a beer and oils class. That's a little stretch, because I don't always recommend, like, that would be more of a continued ed class. That's not necessarily duplicatable, but why not just get together with people and make it fun and make it inclusive, and yeah, super, super great. And oils on camping chairs, absolutely. Absolutely. And don't worry about having a ton of people. If 1 or 2 people comes, you've done due diligence. Some people even talk about, I think Vicki Opfer is the one who says, and stop inviting the world to your classes. Tell 2 people that you're having an exclusive class where you're going to talk about some really, and this is what I was trying to get at last night, and I couldn't quite say in public. You're going to tell the truth about how these oils work, because you're going to have 2 people there, the essential desk reference, and you're going to tell people how to help people with fibromyalgia, how to help children with autism, how to help people with depression or anxiety or cancer. And you're going to talk honestly about those kinds of things and have them each bring a friend and make it like an exclusive kind of opportunity. Instead of inviting everyone, like, I'm just having this for a couple people, and you came to mind as one that would get a lot of value out of this. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah, and Chris, good point. Lots of your classes are one-on-one as well, for sure. It's just getting the information in front of people. Yep, and letting them choose. And if it's online, like Lindsay's going to jump in both feet forward in an online class tomorrow or on Saturday with me, and we're going to make it happen. Lindsay's been building relationships with people. They've had exposure to the oils. She's a mama of 2 now, and she's super motivated to get the information out. So we're going to share it in a way. We're going to have a lot of, made it a public event because I knew there were a lot of other team members that would add credibility to your friends that are going to watch the class as well. And it's going to be freaking awesome. And it's going to be a point of contact for people to come and learn about the products. Okay, that's what I want to say about classes. Make your calendar. The reason I'm really stressing this month in particular is because we are getting closer. This last quarter of the year is really exciting in a lot of ways, and also can be kind of stressful in some ways. So I'm going to be really, really honest with you. We're planning for quarter 4. You're looking at October, November, and December. We have holiday season. I'm going to work my way backward. That basically means the first 2 weeks of December are about all that you can count on for really in-depth planning, activity-based classes, connection points, because after the first 2 weeks, people start to tune out. In fact, I was trying to figure out, Christmas comes once a year. This month, the first 2 weeks of, maybe the first 3 weeks you could squeeze out some time in that third week, but usually that third week with school kids is usually concerts and holiday this and cookies and the things, right? So you really kind of have 2.5 weeks in December to really get things on the calendar and make decisions now. You're also asking people to choose hanging out with you over Christmas caroling or going to a concert, or the other things that draw us out during the holidays, okay? Family times, trips up north if you're living in Arizona, et cetera, et cetera. So look really carefully at your end of year and work your way backward. That was one of the reasons that we started looking. I put all the dates on there for November, most of the dates. I'm gonna give you one more that I didn't announce to everybody last night. We realized that our holiday party, like our driveway make and take that we've had the last few years, has gotten a little bit unwieldy. So we're going to draw it back and make it an open house. And we're going to have, and we may divide and conquer. We're still in the planning stages of that, because I think there are some of you on this call and some of you that I've been working with this year that would really step up into leadership for something like this, where I think it would be a really cool thing to see you guys kind of take it on. But we're going to do it at my house, and I'm calling it a holiday open house. Like, it's a 1 to 4 experience, and we'll have a few DIY things, but really the intention will be holiday catalog, food and drink and tasting, and just a nice kind of Sunday afternoon drop-in sort of event where people can make a few things, but really just connect before the holiday season gets really crazy. So that's going to be November 24th in the afternoon. If you're close to me, that'll be at my house. If you didn't realize, that is also the weekend before Black Friday. So that's also the strategy there, is also to show people what's coming in the holiday catalog, what they're, maybe we'll have some sneak peek ideas about what's going to be coming as sale items on Black Friday, which isn't until the 29th of November. But it really gives us a great opportunity to show people gift giving ideas and things like that.
Do you think, I can't remember the timing on this, is the holiday catalog usually released at our next rally? Okay.
Yeah, but November 2nd, Jewel. Don't you think it'll be released November 2nd?
I think it'll be released before then. That if they stick to how they've done it before, it'll be released in October, and you can only do quick orders on those items. And then starting November 1st, it would be available on ER. In the past, they have released it when it's been an October rally. And that's the difference this year. It's a November rally. So I don't think they will wait, because that's November 2nd.
Yep. They want the information in people's hands sooner than that. That's a good point. That's a good point. So really strategize that. Volume is usually amazing in November. For those of you who are newer to our system, when things go on sale, on Black Friday and Cyber Monday and Super Saturday and all the things, people really go hog wild for products, especially if you've shown them value in gift giving and stocking up for the winter. If they are interested in healthy immune systems and, keeping themselves and their families healthy, I feel like that is a huge bonus for people kind of stocking up at the holiday time, as well as things that they can give as gifts, easy ways to break apart some of the packages that they sell as combos during the holidays so that you can maximize your gift giving and that kind of thing. So you don't have to come to my stuff. I'm giving you what I'm doing so that you could duplicate it. Like, have your own holiday party, have your own DIY, kind of open house customer appreciation event. That's kind of what we're going for here. You're welcome to do that on your own. You're welcome to plug into what I'm doing. But my point is, like, but the mindset is what I want you to hear. The choice I'm making, and very intentional about the classes that I'm choosing so that I impact my community. Does that make sense? I also, November 20th, one of the dates is wrong on the calendar. Instead of November 13th being the ancient oils of scripture, or scripture oils of ancient scripture, it will be November 20th. We announced that from the class last night, but that event was supposed to be made today or tomorrow. It'll be on the Living Well Now page. Elizabeth Oldershaw is going to teach it. She has rave reviews from people who have said that she is phenomenal at teaching this content. I'm going to ask her to teach it online too, so that we can, in fact, we might just Zoom that event. I don't know, we can't Zoom that event. We'll have her teach it online too, maybe after that event, so that we can get more people involved in that. People love that at the holidays. I am a huge concert goer at the holidays. I've, looked into going to somebody's coming to, Trans-Siberian Orchestra is coming. I love stuff like that. So I don't know, other people love the ancient oils. So it's a great, great opportunity to kind of touch people, especially those people who are Christian or have read the Bible or understand ancient Judaic practices and things like that, where the Old Testament used a lot of essential oils in their words and in their practices. Come and learn about them, smell them, Rose of Sharon and galbanum and cypress. I mean, things that you're like, what? Who orders this stuff? Now, some of them I do, like cypress is kind of a standard in my house, but galbanum is not used very often, I'm going to be honest. Okay. And then work your way up to October then. So that's what I'm saying. So start at the end of the year, kind of play with your calendar now, start to talk to people about hosting for the whole quarter. Instead of just doing a month at a time, because of the holidays, I highly recommend, and because Black Friday is coming, and because Christmas is coming, and you want to help your members get checks and have, their Christmas paid for because they've shared, $50 each person that signs up. They could earn an extra $500 this Christmas if they help 10 people create counts, that kind of thing. That's a lot I just threw into that one little sentence. You with me on that though? Fourth quarter planning. That's why I'm spending a lot of time on it. All right, let's go now to Abundance Tracker because it makes sense after that. A lot of people had amazing rank ups last November. So if you've been kind of hovering at star this fall, or you've been kind of hovering at senior star, I want you to really game plan and action plan for yourself what bumping to the next rank in November in particular looks like. And not just for the short term, because remember, you have to hold a rank for 3 months to be honored at the retreat. Like the girls that are at the silver retreat now held their rank for 3 months. So what's your long-term vision for holding that rank? So if it's executive, that means that your entire group volume is 4,000. And it means you have 2 people who are designated as your 2 legs at 1,000. So if that's your goal rank for November, reverse engineer the math. Notice where you're going to need to put some energy and attention. And write down the names of key people that are going to help you get there. Bethany Shipley had a really amazing part at the beginning of that video that made me stop in my tracks. That's actually at the point, like even before she started talking about, greeting people in the grocery store, the part that really spoke to me is create urgency, not desperation. Create urgency in what you're doing, not desperation. I'll be the first one to tell you that late night calls over holiday weekends is no fun for anybody. And with Black Friday happening the last weekend of November, if you're trying to hit a goal, the last thing you want to be doing is dialing and stressing and pushing and, being crazy. Plan, prepare, have an incentive, do the things ahead of time so that it's no big deal when the day hits to remind people instead of trying to invent it from scratch or create it from scratch. I am here to tell you that I know that is going to be a month that most people are going to flip ranks. I can already tell you that. It's a no-brainer that that's going to happen. So if you action plan now, proactively plan and ask, especially if you're looking at that executive, silver, gold level, if you actively plan to tap your leaders to be as engaged and hustling as you are, you will have greater success holding that rank November, December, and January and securing your spot at the upcoming retreat, if that's a motivator for you. Plus your check is going to rock. Just saying. And the check always comes in right before the holidays and you're like, yes, this is good. This is so good. Okay. Questions about, am I using phrases, words, abundance tracker, reverse engineer, goal? You all know what to do. And if you don't, I trust that you're going to reach out to me or to your executive and above leader and get that training. Shauna taught abundance tracker at the first Rock Your Biz class, keeping track of your goals, writing things down. This is where it really, really counts. What are you going to hit in November? Where are you going to stick in December? And how are you going to make it push through January? I have some ideas up my sleeve. We'll talk about at the end of next month. But I'm just putting it forth to you as leaders. Those are things to be planning for and preparing for. Okay. Other questions for me? We've gone through calendar. We've gone through a little lesson. We've gone through abundance tracker and the importance of setting your goals really look at the next 3 months, and work your way backward on all those goals so that you get to where you want to be. I want to end our call tonight with an invitation that Friday, tomorrow morning, I'm going to be part of the 7 o'clock call with 7 o'clock call with Andrea. Sorry, my kids are texting me and my dog is messing up my piles on the floor. Whew, all this need. Okay. My dog is like a child. Like, he knows I'm on the phone, so he's like, I'm going to destroy your things while you can't do anything about it. Kudo, go. He got his hair groomed today. He's looking pretty fresh. Kudo, come here. Come here. Want to say hi? Come here. Say hi. See? Look at his mustache, though. The groomer can't get closer than that. So he ends up with, like, he looks like the Lorax. Last time he looked like a lion. Today I think he looks like the Lorax. He swings from the trees, right? Totally the Lorax. Little guy. We're such a little guy with your mustache. So totally distracted. I want to hear, but okay, so tomorrow, 7 o'clock call. Andrea and I are going to talk about power hours. And then we're going to probably, and I've got a couple other quick announcements. And then we're just really going to focus tomorrow. We're going to have a power hour at 7:45. If you can join us live, I'm going to run a power hour for inviting to Saturday morning's class and enrolling new people. There's no reason we can't just have accountability on the phone together and kick that out with the power hour schedule. So have a list ready when you, tonight, maybe the last 15 minutes of this time frame right now, make a list for yourself of things that you want to do. Yes, of course I'll record it. Yeah. Totally fine. People that you want to reach out to, people who are prospects. You can make new lists. You guys have been playing with lists through Rock anyway, of like 10 people that need this product, 10 people who will see the benefits of it right away, 10 people who you'd love to work with. Those are the people that you want to be inviting to stuff like this and inviting to take advantage of the opportunity. So that's tomorrow morning. Last but not least, I want to hear from you. I want to kind of open it up. And I want to find out from you, what are your, oh, she must know I'm on a call with you, Julie. She doesn't know? That's so random. Hold on just a second.
No, so she tried calling me and I didn't get there in time, but she wants to know if I'm at your house.
Oh.
So she knows that something's going on.
Okay.
I'll tell her. I got it.
Okay, thanks. Takes a village, people. It takes a village. So I want to hear from you. What's going well? What are you excited about this weekend? What are you excited about ending September? What do you kind of have in the hopper? I want to end on a high note of stories from you about products that you're loving, that you're using. Sorry, I'm really just grooming him. Products that you're loving, that you're using, things that are going really well for you in your business, places where you are seeing evidence of your own personal growth, even over the last couple of weeks, things that are good about that. I want to hear from you guys. I promise I'm going to give you time. Share it out.
Hi, it's Tamara.
Yay!
Hi. So I wanted to share that I was using this last person the month to entice people who like have kind of been on the edge about doing the business for the Royal Hawaiian incentives. Like, oh my goodness, if you get 2 people that you're sharing the oils with and they get their kit, they get a prize and you do too. So I actually have 2 that are highly interested just for that piece of it. So kind of excited because then they can see that it's actually a fun thing to do.
That's cool. I love it. I love that you're leveraging Young Living's giveaway too. I mean, how awesome. It's $120 some retail value on that oil, and they're giving it for free when you enroll 2 people. Super cool, Tamara. I'm glad you invited some people to look at that. Who else? What else?
I have 2 friends who've agreed to let me practice on them, and I've already tailored my speech a little bit to fit their needs and what they've expressed they wanted. So
awesome, Rachel. That's fantastic. Woo! I love the practice on people. Yeah, Jennifer signed up 2 new people this month, this week, actually, on the same day. And she brought up casually, it sounds like you brought up oils casually with your friend at brunch, and she left with a PSK and Essential Rewards. I love it.
Yeah, I didn't even tell her that I was going to talk with her about it. I just was like, hey, I've been thinking about you. You want to go to brunch with me? I'll pay if I can share something with you that I've been learning about. And she was like, yeah, I've heard of this new place. I wanted to go. And so we went, and it was a really cute place. And I just shared some oil stuff with her, and she was like, wait, what?
Good.
And she signed up and ER order and everything. Like, she's in.
Awesome. Jen, I love how you constructed that message to her too, that invitation. Like, I'll pay if you'll let me take a few minutes of your time to tell you about something I'm learning about. That's a great way to be honest with somebody up front. Like, I really do want to share something with you, but also allow the oils to speak for themselves. Very cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. And then my mom, Sonia, and I kind of tag teamed her, but my mom, who has been a skeptic, and I wasn't even going to bother asking or inviting her to this, but she's watched, and I let her watch. And she says stuff, and I say stuff back about the oils and how they support stuff, but I just leave it. Like, I'm not even going to bother asking you, skeptic lady.
I love it.
Here she is, and she bought a kit too, and she's actually been like listening in as Ian's watching the online Rock Your Business, and she's been writing it out and thinking about it and looking at how that looks for her life. So it's really exciting.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. Other wins from the month or from what you're excited about right now?
I'll share. So this past summer was a time of transition for myself and my family, which needed my attention pulled away from my business for a little bit. Not stepping away completely, just shifting focus. And I'm excited to finally be on the upswing of things and feeling better and having more space, both mentally and like actual time, to be able to jump back in full force. I think that's something that is talked about a lot at the beginning when we're introducing people to the business about flexibility, but it's very true that because you're your own boss, if you need time and to step away, not completely, like never put it down 100%, but to just spend time on other things when it's needed. And I'm excited to be back.
Yay. And rejuvenated. There's a part of that that's important too, to recapture your passion, to recapture your purpose, to redefine what that looks like. I really appreciated, some of you know Jessica Pearson, and she shared on Facebook. It may be a public post. You could probably go to it. She's Jessica with 2 C's and 2 S's. And she shared about how Young Living sustained her after the passing of her husband, emotionally, physically, financially, all the things. And that is a similar story, Shelley, where we take it for granted, you know, in the moment sometimes, like being our own boss, having the opportunity, but you were able leverage your time. I know Tamara and you work together closely, so being able to leverage other people who are also working the business really does pay off for you to get some time away, for sure. My time the last couple of weeks, same thing. There have been days I haven't even been able to jump on it all, and I just have felt really, really grateful that I know when I do, that I can be consistently pouring into others. So Shelley, I'm grateful for you sharing that. It's awesome. What else is a win for you?
So I'll go.
Thanks.
So after the summer, we pushed so hard. In the same time, fixing up a house and traveling to Prescott every single weekend. This coming weekend is the first weekend I will have been home since May. And I feel a little crazy about it, but I'm super happy. But I made the choice to go see my mom in Florida 2 weeks ago. And it was a business write-off because I called her and I said, I want to come visit you. It'd be great to have some downtime. Would you host a class for me and invite your friends? And she said, sure. So we did it the first day I was there. So we got it done that day. The whole rest of the weekend, I could chill out and just have fun with her, have mother-daughter time. And then I got to write the trip off. And we had 2 people sign up and buy kits. And some other people just bought like some oils from her. And then I just got off the phone with one of them tonight. And she's like, I can't even tell you, I'm loving these products and I'm so impressed with them.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And that was our first follow-up call. because there are different time zones and everything. So, and I told her, I said, just be prepared because I'm going to continue to follow up, and I want you to know you're going to have the best customer service ever. And so that was really cool. And it was neat to see my mom's friend again. And
That's awesome. Yeah. That's so
And
cool.
And my grandma sent me a check afterwards. Said, "Here, thanks for getting me on your team."
Isn't that nice?
Nice. Oh, you
Yes.
did get it. Okay, I was
I
keeping
did,
that a
yeah.
secret. She was sending you the 50.
Super
So.
sweet. Yay. We call those pennies from heaven sometimes when we need them.
Yes.
Yay. Good. Anybody else want to share a win or a place where you're feeling especially blessed?
John has one.
I have one. So I've been on the fence with this whole CBD thing, and have had a handful of people asking me about it. And so just moving forward about getting educated about it, as well as facilitating opportunities to meet up with people that have inquired about it and not shying away from that. And just because I'm not familiar with it, having that as a hang up not to be able to present it or offer it to them.
Awesome. Good for you. Good for you. Learning more about it will do that for you. This is on my desk because I'm studying as well. Tamara and Shelly, I know you guys had a good CBD class last week or this week, but I cannot recommend enough Dr. Ollie's book. It's very easy to understand. It's very dense, but it's a good one for sure. Awesome. I'm so glad you guys were able to jump on tonight. I know you have hundreds of things that you could be doing, and I know that the time with you is valuable to me to do this on Thursday nights. Unfortunately, in October, we're going to have to pick probably the Wednesday night, the 30th, I think, because the 31st is Halloween, and I'll have trick-or-treaters at my door, and I'm usually sitting in my driveway at this time. So if it's okay with you, I'd like to keep our Tuesday, you tell me, I want to poll you guys because you're the ones that jumped on. I want to keep our Tuesday afternoon, the 29th, but then I'd love to change this date from a Thursday to a Wednesday. Does that work for you all, or are Wednesdays not so great?
No, it's okay.
Wednesdays are okay? Okay, I didn't want to make that call without anyone. Lindsay Ritz, I have to say, I just saw your message come in. So this is Lindsay. Lindsay and I met here in Phoenix, and she is a dear, dear soul, and she's such a good mama, and she is a health fanatic. Lindsay, you need to know Chris Cavaletto. You guys need to be friends on social because Chris is a personal trainer and teaches lots of yoga and fitness classes here. So I think you guys would have a lot in common. Lindsay also is a foodie. And such a good caretaker of her toddlers, even introducing them to foods that my teenagers won't eat. But she is super like plugging into all the things. And I know she's come around a couple different times to the business, in the middle of working full time, like from early in the morning until late at night, two precious girls, and a sweet, sweet family, and going to school. Aren't you going to school too? Yeah, all the things. So we totally, hi, BB, hi. We're totally grateful for you. And Lindsay's going to be she's co-hosting the class with me on Saturday. So we'll check in tomorrow on that. I know Fridays are your day off, so we'll check in together tomorrow, Lindsay, and I'll send you some, we'll make a time to chat. All right. Okay, my dog is completely, like literally, like you cannot even, so Jerry and I are in the process of pre-qualifying for a home loan. So I've been going through paperwork that I had not filed, and my dog just completely, like, it was like cards, like he shuffled the cards, the whole deck. Darn it. Joy, only joy, and peace and joy and all the joy. Yay. Julie, anything you want to chime in? Thanks for being willing to teach us about ladder of escalation. What's one great thing about your business right now, or about what you're most excited about right now? Dog, seriously.
I really look forward to the fourth quarter every year with Young Living. With them, I think intentionally do so much to help with our business, with having the catalog come out in October. And then the last year, Black Friday was phenomenal, the sales that they had. And it can't do anything but help our business. But last November, it was the highest month ever for me. I did not see it going that high until we were in the thick of Black Friday, and I was like, oh my gosh. But I worked my tail off the beginning of November. The first 2 weeks of November, I worked my tail off. I made sure everyone on my team knew that it was going to be a huge Black Friday. I mean, I didn't know what they were coming out with, but it's always great, right? So I hyped it up so much. I had asked them if they wanted to be in a private text chat with me, that as soon as I knew anything that was going on sale, I would get that information out to them. So they didn't have to go look for it online or in email, nowhere. They didn't have to look for it. I was just going to text it to them. And I think they loved it. I mean, my OGV went through the roof.
Well, and going
it
back,
hasn't been back there since, but it will be.
Well, and Julie, two things. One is the intentionality of those personal connections. Guys, the ladder of escalation isn't just up. It's down the rung, up the rung. We ended up calling it an escalator, an escalator of, an elevator of escalation. Oh dear. That was super complicated. But anyway, an elevator, because sometimes you push the high button and sometimes you push the lower button, and you can go back and forth to the different levels. So what Julie, you offered there was outrageous customer care, individually letting people know, making those personal touches, recommending products to them. And the shift, I would say, and some of you who are getting ready for your second experience of, a huge abundance in Black Friday, now how are you going to turn that into orders in December and January, so that they continue on the lifestyle and aren't just here for the sale? So that there's a shift of expectation or understanding that this is just launching them into their 2020 goals, 10xing their vision for what 2020 is going to bring for them, so that they're buying product in December to get ready to launch something on January 1st, and they're buying product in January to continue on the health and lifestyle journey that they've chosen. That in that essence, we become health coaches and accountability partners with our team members who want to do things like that. In fact, setting up, I've just stumbled upon somebody's class or somebody's profile on Insta the other day that I follow, who's a Beachbody coach, and she was talking about setting up her next accountability group. That may be a really good avenue for some of you who are like, that might be your duplication, maybe your special accountability group for health and fitness in 2020, or food, healthy food choices in 2020, or CBD in 2020. Whatever it is for you, to get people on your team included in a place where they're going to get great value from you, education, incentives, giveaways, products. Start brainstorming, thinking about what that can look like. All right, I think we hit 7 o'clock. It's been an hour. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you. I've had fun on this call, and I appreciate all of you jumping on with me too.
Thank you for doing this for us.
Yeah, you bet. And we'll do it on Wednesday in October, the 30th, before Halloween. Oh, and we've got bells and chimes. I like those, Shelly. That's super fun. All right, take care, y'all.